what percentage of drug dealers who get convicted actually spend any time in prison for their conviction in Ohio? What percentage? I'm not talking just drug users, drug dealers. Got a guess?
1%.
8%. 8%. Shocking. Shocking. Now, I'm not here to criticize anybody. All right? I'm just going to explain what we were doing and what we are doing. I like what we're doing now better, but I'm not saying the other way was wrong. I think there were some very good ideas. We used the black one for this. There was something created called intervention in lieu. ILC. Do you have any chocolate?
It's right there in the box.
ILC is called. Our reporter back there knows the story. ILC. And it was intervention in lieu of conviction. Okay? Intervention in lieu of conviction. And what that is if somebody had a 4th or 5th degree felony, this has been around for 20, 30 years. What it was made for is this. You got the kid who is not in any trouble. He's 19, 20 years old. Maybe he wants to go in the Army, maybe he's going to go to college, maybe he's got a good job, I don't know. And the kid gets some sort of conviction, like some alcohol-related thing, or maybe he gets drunk and gets into a fight. Maybe the person is using some marijuana. Those sort of things. Non-violent, people who are no risk to anybody. Rather than giving this person a felony, all right, and having that stay with them the rest of their life, there would be an intervention where they would go in and they'd get treatment, all right, and that would be in lieu of any type of conviction. Does that make sense? Nothing wrong with that, okay? Many good reasons to use that. And that, like I said, it's been around for 30 years. Well, what all the courts were doing, and our court was doing the same thing, was we were applying it to heroin addicts. Okay? Here's the problem. You got a guy who's got, let's just say, 10 misdemeanor convictions, and then they get their first felony, possession of heroin. Okay? So you got possession of heroin. You can see why I never really did well in penmanship. Okay? Possession of heroin. All right? It's a 5th degree felony. As a matter of course, that person would get intervention in lieu. Intervention in lieu, you'd go in, you'd plead guilty, but the court would not take it. Nope, we're not going to take your plea. We're going to send you off to do this program. ILC is outpatient treatment. All right? You go to community counseling, they're great folks, but it's pretty much a given now that outpatient treatment doesn't help with heroin addiction. It just doesn't, okay? You need something a little more intense. So that person would go over there. Well, unfortunately, they wouldn't do it. Or if they did it, it didn't do any good. Most of the time, they didn't do it. And it would be a little while before someone would find that out. In the meantime, they would get, guess what? New felony. Or trafficking, another 4 or 5. Well, guess what? They never got convicted the first time. It's still a first offense. They're still not eligible for prison, okay? So they would go on, this time, they would take both pleas and say, okay, we're finding you guilty of both, but we can't put you in prison, so you get probation. Now, the word was, probation, try to keep people on probation, do everything you could to help people, all right? So you would have drug tests, positive. They'd bring the person in, yell at them, this happens again. Drug test, positive. Misdemeanor, theft. Well, just put them in jail for 30 days for the theft and we'll just continue on probation. See what we're doing? All right? All right, so that was how we used to do things. As someone who'd been dealing with the problem at the municipal court level, even though they were just misdemeanors, I knew this would not work. All right, because I think that you cannot enable anybody. Now, I realize that it's not perfect, and not every single case is going to work out the same way. But the general consensus is that, and we're being told this, failure, relapse is a part of recovery, and it usually takes someone 7 times of inpatient treatment before they actually get it. Now, I'm sorry. If we allow every single person 7 times before they get that, what we're going to have is we're going to be overrun with people. Now, the general consensus is let's go after dealers, not users. Users need help. If that's the approach that we take, it's never going to work, because we could get rid of every dealer tomorrow. But as long as there's a large group of people who are sitting there ready to use heroin with no consequences whatsoever, someone else is going to show up. You have to attack both the supply and the demand. At least that's my approach to this. So,